Okay, hello mabuhay! Welcome to my page. This is Maria Perlita de Guzman from Oshawa, Ontario, Canada, originally from the Philippines. And this is my page. This is the face behind this page. And I am welcoming you. Thank you very much, viewers. And thank you very much for everybody who's here. And we are here, my team and I, to have a chit chat with one of a very successful couple in the online business, in our community of the online business. But before anything else, yes, I am from Oshawa, Ontario, Canada, originally from the Philippines, and I am a nurse by profession. And I would like my teammates to introduce themselves. Yes, go ahead, ladies.
Hi, naimbagnal daw kada kayo. My name is Fatima. I am here in Alberta, Canada, originally from Ilocos Sur, Philippines. And yeah, thank you so much for being here with us. And we are connecting again with a couple that I met 2 years ago in person, like very humble, very inspiring people. We're so excited to connect with them and to give you insight about this online space. Yeah, welcome here, guys.
Hello, kumusta? Hello, Coach Roger and Renee. We truly appreciate your presence tonight. Although we tried last time, that was beyond our control. So thank you again for trying and being with us tonight. Sa atong mga kababayan, maayong buntag, maayong gabi sa inyong tanan. This is Imelda Arbili. I'm from New York, and I'm a pharmacist by profession. And we welcome you all, our viewers. And stay tuned and hope you get more value and see the inside of our business tonight. So stay tuned. Don't go away. All right. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes, thank you very much, teammates, Imelda and Fatima. And before we let our guests come in, they're already in, but let me introduce them a bit. This is a very successful couple. They're rocking the world of the online business. Okay. Renee used to work as a nurse, as a registered nurse, before she retired at an early age because of this online business. And Roger, her husband, is still working as a web designer, right? And like most of us guys, before they started their own online business, they were struggling as a couple. They were struggling as a family. Even with their good salary, decent salary, they were living paycheck to paycheck. And in fact, they were buried in 74,000 in debt, mostly student loans. And they wanted, of course, to raise their children themselves, but they couldn't. But when they started this online business, everything just changed for the better for them. Let us hear more about their journey to success within the online business. Okay, welcome again, coaches Roger and Renee. Please tell us more about yourselves.
Welcome, guys.
Right.
Welcome here.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Welcome.
having us. Thank you very
Of
much for having
course.
Oh,
us.
thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we sorry about that last few weeks. We were supposed to come on, but we're currently in Jamaica, and the internet at that time there was a storm, so we couldn't connect. So we apologize for that, but we're here now. Thank you so much, ladies, for not giving up on us, for giving us an opportunity to share our story. So
Yeah. So I'm Roger, and of course this is Renee. R&R.
R&R,
yeah,
yeah.
they call us
R&R.
Only now I thought about it.
Yeah.
R&R.
And yes, I'm originally born in Jamaica. He's born in the Philippines.
Yeah,
And
Bisayang na po.
yes, BSI. Okay,
Don't try.
I could, but no. Okay. So we started our online business. We met in Canada. We started our online business in Canada as well, and we have two children under six now, who we just kind of just put to bed, and I used to work as a web designer.
Used to. Wow.
Yes,
Ooh,
yes,
you're
online insurance company. 9 to 5. Used to go downtown back and forth 3 hours. Renee used to do that as well. Yeah, and it was. I used to have to drop our daughter off at home daycare And it was, oh my goodness. Every time I would drop her off and close the door, I would look up and say, well, I wish I didn't have to do this. I wish I didn't have to do it. But I had to go take the bus, commute into work anyway, right? And we looked for different ways to get around that. I tried partnering with people to make InDesign to do things. I tried online bidding. I really tried something called I think it was Rakuten. They call it in Canada now. They call it
Or
Rakuten.
something, yeah, just stuff, little things here and there online. I even actually tried to explore Amazon too, but that didn't really work out because it was like a whole thing. You go in and then it was confusing. Like it's not beginner friendly, so I
Yes.
just forgot about it.
Yeah, and so through that, we definitely wanted to get out of that 9 to 5, go downtown, and that routine, right? So you want to tell the rest of the story?
Yeah, so I also was working. We were working around like probably a couple blocks from one another in downtown Toronto.
Yeah, at one point, yeah.
And so he had to drop off our daughter at that time. She was like 8 months old or something, to daycare because I was gone from around what time was my bus? Sometimes it was like 5:25 in the morning,
Wow.
and yeah, and then sometimes it was around 6 o'clock, which isn't too bad. But it was very early, and I think after we got pregnant with Jaden, who was our second one, that really got so hard because I had to still go to work around 5:20, but I was pregnant. And it was during the winter time. And I don't know, I got so big when I was pregnant with our second one because he was 9 pounds.
Oh my
So
God.
yeah, and for those of you who have met me, I think Fatima, remember I'm 5 feet, like I'm really tiny.
Same here.
So yeah, but it's a Filipino thing, right? We're tiny. So
Same size.
yeah, so in the morning, I don't know where our viewers are from, but in Canada when it snows, right? Early morning, they don't usually plow around 5 o'clock in the morning, not
No.
yet. So I would run for my bus with my belly so very big, and the snow was to my knees, right? Sometimes I wouldn't catch it, so then I'm late, and I clock in late, and then it just takes away from my pay. It was really interesting. So I was at that job for, I think that was my third year at that time.
Yes.
So before that, I didn't have kids. So I was like, you know what, whatever. You just kind of give yourself to your job, right? Because you don't have to do anything else. But once you have a family, it really reprioritized things. Like we had to
Very
really,
hard.
we really had to think hard about what we wanted to do for long term. And for me, like that was just not it for me. Then so if I started at 6:30, I would be there till 4:30, sometimes 6:30, sometimes 8, depending on when the patient leaves. So I used to work at a dental anesthesia clinic. So I would foresee patients for procedures like dental procedures. They would go to sleep and then we would be there to recover them, right? So it depended on when the patient recovered very well so that we could send them home.
Yeah.
So it was dependent on that. The money was okay, but ultimately it was a time for me, and I didn't want to just kiss my daughter once at night. That's it, because I had to redo the same cycle all over. So it was tough. So that's, I think, one of the main reasons why I really wanted something flexible, like an online business. I didn't want a job because I didn't want to answer to a boss or for them to tell me, hey, you have to come in this, and this. Or for that job, I didn't really have a paid vacation. So for my 1 week unpaid vacation, I would still have to tiptoe around the manager's, approval. Right? And it's 1 week and it's not paid. It's like it didn't make sense for me at all. So I was like, if I could just work on my own time, right? And then have an earning potential that was uncapped. So, you could work less or you could work more, and then your pay would still be the same, if not more. I wanted that. But at that time, I was like, I don't know if there's something like that. I was never really a business person. Roger was. You have a
Yeah, I have a bit of a business background. I mean, my parents were entrepreneurs themselves, so that's why I kind of learned it from my brother, myself, and I was freelancing for a
yes.
bit, but but still couldn't really didn't had no experience actually in the online space at all.
Yeah.
So that was a big deal.
And with your freelancing,
Hmm.
the money was okay,
Yeah, it
and
was.
you know you would get clients and stuff. But the problem was you still had to do it. He still had to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It wasn't set it and forget it kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so that we wanted the time freedom. You know, like we just work
Mhm.
whenever and then still get paid like
Residual,
yeah, like
actual residual
residual,
income.
because
Yeah.
that's where the wealth really comes in, right? It's not from active wealth, I mean active income, where you go in and then you
Yeah.
you exchange your time for money, right?
Yeah.
The wealth comes from generational wealth, which we're aiming for,
Mhm.
comes from passive income.
Passive income.
So
Yeah.
you know, while you're doing other things in life, you
Mhm.
have that stream all set, ready to go, and it's just producing for you for years to come. So it's very wise. That's why we really love this online business, and that's why 3 years, over 3 years now.
Yeah.
We
Who
Yeah,
didn't
found
right.
this
expect
business?
that.
Who found this business?
I did
So Renee found it on
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was. So our son was 3 months old at that time, and you know when I was nursing, you know, I didn't really do anything else, right? So I was nursing him, and then I was just on Facebook, and then I saw an ad about it, and I'm like, that's interesting. The one thing that really caught my
Yeah.
attention was the fact that there's no. Oh, the first one was that it was beginner friendly, right? And then because I didn't have experience, and then the second one was no selling. I'm
Yeah.
like, because I'm too shy to to approach. Like I always say this, I don't even want to approach my mom for like some sugar or anything like that. Like if I could just get it myself, I would. So selling to me is just really daunting. So it was really like a blessing to find out that this business has a system that does the selling for the entrepreneurs. So it was so I discovered it on Facebook, and it was unusual for me at that time. I'm like, what kind of business would you discover on Facebook? Like, is that even, you know? But I
Yeah.
really just wanted to check it out because there was a possibility that we could pay off our 74,000 debt through this business. There was a possibility that I wouldn't have to go into work, that I could just take care of the kids. There was a possibility that I could replace or even surpass my nursing income. So it was a small price to pay to go to the info session and find out what it was. And if it wasn't, then there was a risk-free thing that they were offering. So I'm like, why not? Like this, you know, it's a no-brainer. And I'm thankful that my husband is not skeptical because
It's
I
so
would be
supportive.
the
Yeah.
one.
I think most husbands are skeptical. At least my
I
husband
know.
he's skeptical, but at least he doesn't say like, "Oh, don't do that." Like he just leave me alone. So which is like that's what I need. Just leave me alone and let me do my thing. So
Yeah, yeah. So I think there's always like one person at least in the family who's skeptical, right?
Yeah.
And it's not entirely
It's
bad that
normal.
they're
Yeah.
which is
skeptical.
good also. Yeah, it
Yeah,
balances.
because
Like, you made
that
me
just means that
think.
they're like being
Cautious.
precautious. They're
Yeah,
cautious, and then
Yeah. They
and
don't want to
then
get scammed. No one wants to get
Yeah.
yeah,
scammed.
right,
Really
right,
badly.
exactly.
right.
Yeah,
And
especially.
also, it's just like when they go into it, then they can really do their due diligence, right? They can
Yes.
really
Yeah.
look for answers to their questions. So that's it's not bad, and we don't hide anything. Like we don't get rich off of like sending them to the info session.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just
Exactly. Yeah.
it's good. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like just the integrity of the community. When I checked it out, it was refreshing to see because there were people just like me that didn't have experience. At one point, I think in the info session, I was like, wow, I can't believe these people are on camera and they're just sharing their story. I'm like, that's really inspiring. And if they can do it, then and there's no reason that we couldn't. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else? I don't know.
No.
Living the
It's
dreams,
just
your
starting.
dreams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God. So thank you so much again for coming in, and we truly appreciate you. And my question to you is that before you join this business, both of you have good jobs and have good paying jobs. So what made you really decide to join in this business? What really was the
So
turning point?
yeah. Oh, okay.
Mm.
Would you want to go first?
No, go ahead. If you have something, I'll go afterwards.
So for me, I think there was a time when, oh, there were a couple of times it was just building up at work. You know how you experience things, but you don't really have a plan B, so you just kind of take it in, and you
Mhm.
just kind of suffer, but
Oh
you have to
yeah,
do it
I can
anyway.
feel you.
Yeah. So like in nursing, for instance, right? Or like the
Healthcare.
healthcare
Yeah.
field in general is
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
very stressful because you're dealing with people, and
Yeah,
that side is
human
good,
being.
and but it can be bad as well.
Mhm.
So like the workplace drama, stuff like that.
Oh,
But maybe the one thing that I can really remember was when Ariel got was it an ear infection or
I
something?
believe so. Yeah. Yeah.
But she was very feverish, like very high.
And she was
Fever
a
was very
baby
high.
at a time too.
Yeah, she was like
Yeah.
1 or
Yeah.
something like that. And we had to go to the emerge because the doctor couldn't figure it out. I think she was already on her second round of antibiotics, so we had to go to the emerge. And then I found out that I had to stay home with her for like 2 days, and that we were already paycheck to paycheck at that time because we've got student loans, we've got car loans, and all that stuff, right? So for the 2 days that I had to stay home, it was like a dilemma. Like, what do I do? Do I go into work and leave my kid at daycare again while she's like we were unsure what was gonna
Mhm.
happen to her. She had antibiotics, but I still wanted to be there for her. So I had to choose between her and the bills, because if I lost 2 days pay, like we would definitely be on the red, like, so at that time. So
Yeah.
I really hated that. I'm like, I wanted to be a mom. Like I always wanted to
mhm.
be a mom, but then why did I have to be like? Why couldn't I just say, oh, of course I'm gonna stay home
Stay
with her,
home.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. To
But it's like
choose.
they make it so the society makes it so difficult for moms to be moms, right?
Mhm.
And there's a lot of guilt involved if they do choose to get the money. It's like the moms get so guilty,
Yeah.
because they don't have
Yeah.
another choice, and I
Yeah.
totally get that. They don't have a
Yeah.
choice. So I was just like, I know there's something out there for me. I know that there's something that will allow me to just be a mom to my kids. I know for some moms, they say I want to go to work because it keeps me sane, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, more power. That's for
Yeah.
you. But but for me, like I really want to be there, especially for maybe the
Yes.
first 7 years of their lives, and then maybe I can
Formative years.
do
Yeah.
something else. Yeah, the formative years. So yeah, not blaming moms who go to work
Yeah.
because you have to. Yes,
Yeah.
but for me, I really chose to do this, and so I had to be brave in exploring this business, and thank God it paid off. But yeah,
You did it.
Yeah.
it's definitely for people who are very serious
Mhm.
to who are serious on in terms of like where they really want to go, and they're willing to commit to the process, right? Because I don't care what opportunity it is. Every opportunity, it involves work,
Mhm.
commitment, and focus and investment. Like that's every opportunity. It doesn't have to be online.
Yeah.
So if you don't put in the work, if you don't do all those things, it's not going to work out, no matter how
Mhm.
great the opportunity is.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why that is the one thing that I will always remember that. How about you?
Um,
And for myself, as a it's just simply basic things as a man, as a husband, as a father. I wanted to be able to provide for my family. and not only just say, because we're living paycheck to paycheck, so it's not only just providing, really having longevity and leaving some kind of a legacy for them.
Yeah.
You know, taking care of my wife, making sure that she doesn't need, have a need for anything general. So, because in Proverbs, read Proverbs, it's I think it's 12, 30 something. A wise man in good counsel leaves inheritance for his children's children. So basically, following that, I wanted to be able to leave something for them, and knowing that when Renee found it, and she said, "Roger, I think I found something." I'm like, "Okay, let me see what this is."
And it's on
But
Facebook.
and it's on Facebook, yeah.
Full places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I was like, okay, let me go there, not having expectations, but see what it is, and then
Decide.
digest and decide
Yeah.
based on that. So based on what I saw, it was whoa. It had a system that could run. It had help. You're able to actually put time and working, and you can actually set itself, and you do put the time in, you put some effort in, and you're able to run it. So things like and the return,
Oh, yeah.
right? Definitely.
Yeah.
So based on those things, was like, okay, let's go. When do we start?
Oh, that's the spirit.
Where do you go? So yeah, I and putting that time in afterwards, like doing the work, it was much to be desired. It's like, wow, a business that you can go to work, and then you can still do it while you're on break. You can still do it while you're after work, you're commuting home. You can still do all those
That's
things.
right. Yeah.
Flexible.
Mhm.
So it was amazing for me. It
Oh
was-
yeah, because we literally started it from our couch. Like,
exactly.
the training and all this stuff. It's all from our couch. And I remember it was during times when I was nursing our son early in the morning, because you don't have anything else to do, right? Instead of just being on social media, do your training for your business.
Yeah.
So it made sense for us. And actually, after he said yes, go ahead, do it, I was the one who got scared. I'm like, I don't know. I can't work. I'm not sure if I can do it because I don't have a business experience. I don't know what I would have to be doing even with the training. I doubted myself so much because as nurses, I think I got used to just taking orders from people, like from the doctor's order. So you just do it, right? But with a business, it's like you have to be the one ordering yourself, and then you do it too. So at that time, I didn't really understand what the benefit of that was. Now I do, because you plan your schedule, your day, and then you're like, oh, I have time to work here, and then you still earn, right? So, but at that time, I was scared. But I just want to acknowledge for people who are scared, right? When you get into that stage, you've looked at everything, and then you have doubts after looking at everything. That doesn't mean you run away from it. That's where you actually assess where you're at in your life and say to yourself, like, okay, I've been doing nursing or whatever it is, that profession, for how many years now? And this is the result that I got, right? Over and over, and it's giving me the same exact results. If I do something different, will it change? Will it actually change my circumstance? And what has this business done for others like myself, right? You have to ask those questions. You don't run, but ask some more questions, and ask yourself, if you don't start this business now, will you be okay a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, without having built another income stream? Because this is the issue now with a lot of households, is that we have actually depended on just one or two paychecks to somehow fund the future, and that doesn't even include inflation or whatever that happens to the economy, right? Like there's
Yeah.
no plan B, but we just think that, oh, it's just gonna work out. No, that's not a plan. Like
Yeah.
you have to be proactive about it, and you need an injection of income streams from different areas. That's how you actually get ahead. It's not just one or two paychecks. Like here in Jamaica, we have met with a lot of parents who are business owners. Like they're from the States, they're from the UK, and they come to Jamaica because they can, because it's cold in the UK or whatever. And we find that they're business owners with multiple income streams, right? So this is what's missing in the puzzle when we were in the paycheck to paycheck cycle. It's because we didn't have another income stream, and we said we're not gonna be able to work more overtime hours. We cannot take second, third jobs because that's just gonna take us away from our family.
Mm-hmm.
We need a smart way to earn, and so in comes this online business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That next promotion, even though it may come, it's not gonna carry you to where exactly you want to go.
What you want.
So yeah, because you really want your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that's just what you really aim for, your time. Yeah.
Yeah, because even if you have like decent salary, like nurses have decent salary, like I get a decent salary, but the thing is, like, you don't really have time freedom. Like I still remember, like you guys, the kids, living them during holidays and birthdays. Like I was looking back, I still like, oh my god, like that just
Heartbreaking.
breaks your heart. Like, and then they're crying and like, oh, why do you have to go to work? I'm like,
Yeah, like, especially like the holidays, right? Christmas is
Yeah.
coming, New Year's coming. Like,
yeah,
like, oh no, you have.
It's
I worked.
right,
I was
you're-
off
yeah.
last year. I
Yeah.
have to work this year. So you're taking time away from your kids, taking time away from your family,
And it's
or
not
just
coming back. Those
yeah.
times.
And like me as a nurse, like I do shift work. You like just having like sometimes you have a stretch of working 6 evenings, so you miss 6 evenings of dinner time with the family, right? Like when like I just needed that, like dinner time with the family, to talk to them, like, or like a week of not seeing them, like just a simple dinner. It's just
It's
like
hard.
it's a big deal. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah.
sometimes I don't see my son before because like I'm morning and then he's still sleeping and then at night he comes, he's sleeping. It's like you don't see them. You just
Yeah.
like look at them in the bed and that's it. Like
Yeah.
But even with that, you can't really bring those times back. But
Times
now,
Yeah.
the most important thing is now you're doing something about it.
Exactly.
So,
Yes.
congrats to you all. Yeah.
Look forward to better things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're big now, but still, I feel like I think to me, like even if my kids are big now, grown up, to me, I think helping others, letting them know that there's something there for them,
Yeah.
I think it's priceless. Like I think
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can share
Because-
this business.
Yes.
So we're business coaches, right? And Roger talks to people who would like to start their online business, and we hear that a lot. We hear that from a lot of them are very accomplished and stuff, but they're just like, what do they
I
say?
don't see my wife.
Yeah.
I don't see my husband.
That's the
We
thing.
pass each other at the door,
Yeah.
and then that's
Yeah.
it.
That's right. Yeah.
My son, my daughter asks for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
No
In
fun.
most families. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They
Yeah.
want to prioritize family time, but they can't.
Yeah.
Even though there are two of them, and they want to do more. So
Yeah. Yeah. And so, coaches and ladies and coaches Roger and Renee, just to emphasize again, from Canada, you are now in Jamaica because you can. From paycheck to paycheck. Now you are living the life in Jamaica or wherever you can transition from one place to another and to test to one country to another just because you can now, unlike before, right? So with the with this online business, you're very successful now with this online business. But considering your ages as a couple and that of your children, how confident are you that this online business will actually sustain you for the rest of your lives? Or is this online business, or would this online business be providing you a generational wealth down the road for you to pass on to your children?
Do you wanna-
Mm. Yeah, so we can start.
Big one.
Okay, hold on. No, go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah, if you got
me
something.
first.
Sure.
Okay,
Ladies first. Children first.
so it already has actually. So because of this business, we purchased an investment property that is in Alberta, right? So that alone, if that's the only thing that we got from this business, then yeah, it already got us generational wealth
Yeah.
because of that, because real estate is also a very good
Oh yeah.
area,
The
right?
best estate.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Doesn't
because
go
of this
down.
business, that's what happened. And with that, before we were paycheck to paycheck, you always do the minimum of everything, and no one really advised us of this. But when we first bought our home in Toronto, we put down like, what was it, like 5%, maybe 10%.
Believe it was about 5.
So that was our first mistake because we didn't have much money, right? So we were just like, oh, whatever. So we did that. And then there was property taxes on it because it was a condo. It was the only thing we could afford. I mean, no, not property taxes,
Condo
condo
fees.
condo fees.
Yeah.
And it was $850 a month, and it didn't include anything.
Yeah.
But because the price itself was low, so we're like, this is the only thing we can, like it was really bad, and it was a very bad decision. And at that point, we were like, we sold that property because the financial advisor was like, no, you're hemorrhaging money. Like, you have to sell this, right? So we didn't get much from it. And then after that, it was like a learning experience. Like, Lord, we know that real estate is one of the things that you use to build wealth, right? But we don't want another condo because we don't want condo fees.
Not a good
And
investment.
yeah, and we want to put 20% down. Like we just listed these things. We're just asking God for them. And then so we started this business. It took a lot of courage on our part, but we did it. And then with this investment property now, we actually it's a single detached home, and so there's no condo fees. And then we put down 20% of the purchase price, and it's in Alberta, and it's amazing. It's like a do-over. So we
And you can
got
do anything you want.
chance. Yeah, yeah. And it's very important because for a lot of people, they go, okay, I made a mistake. I'm scared now. We could have been scared to buy a home, or we could have just been like, you know what, forget it. It's not for me. But you actually have to be that person to be like, hey, you know what? That didn't work out, but I will make sure that
Learn.
this thing works out. This time around it does. So you have to have courage to pursue whatever it is that you'd like to pursue in your life, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Always.
So so that generational wealth, if that was it, then we would be okay. But obviously it's not just that, right? Like, we're able to show our kids, it's not just the material. The material is good, but the I guess the experiences that we're able to give our kids
Yeah.
is a generational thing. Like, now they know snow and they know island living, and they're learning a whole lot just by bringing them from one place to another. And because this
Priceless.
business, yeah, it's priceless. And this business is portable. So literally, like what you said, Perlita, if we go to, I don't know, the Europe to experience life there, we can bring it there, right? If we want to go to the Philippines and experience life there, we can bring it. So it's very rich, and it's very good for families. Very
Yeah,
good.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing we've been able to do is actually set up within a year of being in our business. We've been actually able to set up with our financial advisor through him that generational wealth uh, set up like a trust. And what he did after a year was that he had a meeting with us, and he's like, "Whoa, we're so proud of you guys.
Yeah.
So proud
Because of the business, yeah.
guys. Because of your business, you have actually jumped out of the 9 to 5
Yeah.
bubble."
Yeah. And can I add something to that?
Sure.
So if that was just a random person telling us that, we would be like, oh, thank you so much, praise God. But this is a financial advisor, meaning that he knows how money runs, how numbers run. We we shared with him our ROI from this business, right? And he's like I've never really seen this because it was just 1 year, right? Yeah, yeah.
Did he join in?
What?
I think he was actually asking.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
actually asking too.
I have
Yeah.
those bumps.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, because it's hard to believe, really, like, something like this exists. I didn't. I mean, like, I wa- I in the beginning, it's like this is like too good to be true. This must be a scam. That's what I was thinking in the
And
beginning.
I've heard that before as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Yeah, I've heard that before.
But you
I'm
know,
talking to people, and they
yeah,
said that as well. But
yeah,
you have done your due diligence, and you're here. Well, you say to them, you've done your due diligence, you've seen, and
yeah,
you're here now. So you're definitely in the right place, right? Yeah,
and
it's so cool.
also for people who have that mindset, we have to educate them because when they look at an opportunity and then they see the results, they go, "Oh, that can't be right," because they just think you all you did was start the business and then your life changed. But no, you have to remember
you work.
we sacrificed a lot.
Yeah.
We did not watch Netflix shows for like a year and a half. We did not, like whatever extra time we had, because Roger was working full time at that time. I was home with 2 kids. Whatever extra time we had was the business, business, business. So you have to sacrifice for it.
Exactly.
It's not
The
a,
start, yeah,
oh, you press the button and
An easy
so
button.
too good to be
Yeah.
true. No, it's not too good to be true
yeah,
because you have to put in the work.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's your business. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a lot of learning. You've given us a lot of insights about this, Renee, and Roger. So my question is, what is your biggest accomplishment now? Is it like moving from Canada to Jamaica, and was a location a factor in starting this business, or like have you ever said, oh no, we're planning to move one day, we don't want to start this business, but like you prove it now, but we just want the viewers to know that you can take this business, as you said, anywhere. You started in Canada and you're doing it now that like where you're in Jamaica right now. So yeah,
Yeah. So the first part of your question was
the
our
miles.
biggest
Yeah,
accomplishment,
biggest accomplishment since we've relocated. Is that what you said?
or since the
Like
beginning.
since you started the business, yeah.
Since you started the business.
Oh, for you.
Well, I've been able to, like we mentioned earlier, Renee, after 8 months, she was able to leave her 9 to 5,
Yeah.
right, in nursing.
Yeah.
So about a year,
Yeah.
a year,
What?
what?
How old was I? 28.
28. Okay.
Whoa.
Retired at 28, yeah.
Whoa.
So about a year, I believe it was a year and a half in. Uh, and we mentioned as well all the workplace drama and the challenges, we can all have at work. I was steeped in the middle of that.
Yeah.
And for me, the biggest accomplishment was being able to say, okay, it's time,
Goodbye.
and leave that all that's behind.
Like
And it
I
was
don't need to put up with the stress.
I don't need to put up with any of that. I can say, okay, it's time. I'm gone. I don't want to do this anymore. I have a business I can go to, will
Yeah.
sustain, and just did that on March 1st. What was it, 2020,
2021.
2021? Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. That to me was an accomplishment too, because he would suffer like mentally. It would drain him, right?
Yeah.
Because of just the
Yeah.
environment there. And if it wasn't for the earning potential of this business and how it works, we would not have done that. We would have been like, I know you're suffering, but can you please just take more?
Yes, hold on.
A little longer.
Okay, 6 more months.
because I don't know if this business is gonna come through for us, but it's not that type of business. And
Yeah.
thankfully,
Yeah.
we were able. That was a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
so
I'm
hard
that's,
grateful.
because,
Really grateful for that.
Yeah.
if it's tough at work, most of it it's hard to not bring it home.
Yeah.
You feel
Yes.
you bring some of those toxic attitude like at home, like, and it's
for sure.
Yeah. So I actually I had to make a gym when we're in Canada, make a gym downstairs because of open. And I would after work I would work out there, get everything out there, and then go upstairs. Yeah, so it had to I had to do something about it.
Yeah. So now what do you do? This is what he
Right.
likes to do. He likes what he's doing.
Yeah. More so. I get to choose who I work with now on contracts, doing contracts. So it's all going to our business. So that's the
Yes.
best part about it. It's not I'm not working as an employee
For
and I have to
anyone.
pay T4 for anyone like that. We're working and the business is getting all of it. So we're doing business fully.
Yeah, for ourselves.
Yeah.
And because you like that, but since September 1st, I think he didn't have a contract, so it's just been me and him at home, and we're just chilling at home. He has you have consulting stuff,
Yeah.
yeah, but that's just here and there. So it's interesting. It's sometimes it's like, oh my word, like are we actually doing this? Is this for real? Sometimes it kind of makes me anxious because I'm like, aren't we supposed to be working for someone or like a 9 to 5? But
Because that's how we were trained, we're growing up, like probably our culture, like you go to school, you get a job, and you're all set for life, which is like
Work
Not
until you're
true.
65.
yeah,
Yeah.
until you can't walk,
Yeah.
you can't even enjoy your
Yeah.
retirement.
yeah.
So reframing our minds to
Yes.
do better,
Yeah,
and it seems weird, but it's actually better.
Yeah. So
definitely.
we are accomplishment, so many accomplishments. Like we drop off the kids together and we pick them up together.
Oh,
hmm
being
The
present. Yeah.
business, yeah, and the business also, because of the business, we have a corporation, right? So all of the income goes there, and then we pay ourselves. So it's very interesting. That goes towards the generational
Generational
wealth
wealth, yeah.
too. So it's great, and we can hire the kids when they're older, right, to be models for social media or whatever, and then you get to pay them tax free. Like there's so many perks if you're a business owner,
Yeah.
and to think that this opportunity is available for like everyday people like us, it's so priceless, right? Like you cannot not check it out. So yeah, accomplishments. Yeah, definitely leaving the snow.
Yeah.
Hanging
That's,
the yeah, winter coat. Look
Driving
at
in the
them,
ice.
guys. Like they are on their like tank top. Like us, we are like we're
I know,
wearing
it's
over.
hard when we saw it, like, look at her, she's sleeveless, like we're like all bundled up here. It's like, we can't even get any warmer. We have
Yeah,
the heater on, and the house is heated. Like, oh my God.
yeah. So it's what is it, like 25 right now here?
probably.
Yeah,
It's nice
25.
and it's nice and toasty.
Positive 25.
Yeah.
Because we heard it's
Oh my God.
minus 40 in Alberta. We're
Yeah,
from-
it is.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my god, it's really
So-
bad here. So
That's
So,
great. Yeah.
so that's that. But Fatima, you also have the business, so you could just leave whenever, like,
Yeah.
and the business won't stop. So that's
Yeah.
good.
Exactly.
And then what else? What else? Yeah. So our jobs. Oh yeah, being able to, I guess, leave Canada and just be here because we love nature too. So it's really just the whole point of it is just like we're just saying, okay, what do we want to do and how can we do it? So we're just listing stuff. So we wanted the kids to enjoy nature all year round.
Yeah.
So we just do that. Yesterday we discovered a really beautiful unspoiled beach like 30 minutes from us, and we just sat there and there was almost nobody there, and it was just nice. So
It's kind of like something you'd see in a movie on TV,
Yeah.
where a few people are at this beach, and there are dogs running around a bit
Aw.
with the dogs, and then they leave, and then there's very few people there, but the environment, everything is just beautiful. Just the
Yeah.
water is, it's real nice.
And the beautiful thing is you are together as a family.
Yeah.
That's the whole
Exactly.
point of it all, right? As a whole family. Oh my
Exactly.
God. Price.
I'm not gonna lie, it's not all like rainbows and butterflies, because sometimes being around the kids is like, oh
Oh
gosh,
yeah.
oh,
Gotta go to work.
when is it gonna stop? But
Yeah.
That's true.
it's good that
You
they're
have
both in
options.
school. They're in
Yeah.
international school
Mm.
here in Jamaica. So they when they go, then that's when Roger and I kind of,
Yeah.
we eat together, we eat lunch,
Yeah.
and then we go do the business on the side, and then yeah,
Wow.
it's freeing in a lot of ways because of how the business is set up to,
Yeah.
the whole system. So yeah, a lot of life changes that are just freeing. We're not as stressed, I guess. We're not running after the bus in cold weather
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
And then the investment property,
Clothing.
we paid off our car, so we don't have car payments.
Wow.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then
A lot
what
of
else?
people, I mean, because in North America, that's just how it is. You get a loan or you get a car and you got to pay that off. And that causes a lot of stress on
Oh yeah.
families, on
Oh yeah.
individuals. So
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
it's a
Oh
huge thing for us not to just to eliminate that completely.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's true though, from paycheck to paycheck, and now it's like, oh, no car payments.
Living the life.
Yes.
It's interesting. There are ups and downs for sure, because
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
business is part of life.
Yeah.
But you just commit to it, and you say,
Yeah.
if it gets hard, then you go, okay, but what else am I gonna do? Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing else out there that can bring us this and can keep us here. So
Mhm.
And
so do what
and
you
it's
have
a
to do.
total change. It's a complete change of life for you, for the better.
For the
Not
better.
going,
Yeah,
yeah, for the better. Not going down the.
yeah.
Okay, so teammates Imelda and Fatima, do you have any other topics you would like coaches to discuss?
Yeah, I think no, I think they kind of like give us all the whole picture of
Yeah.
this business.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
God, we would love to
Yeah,
sit down with
and we're
you.
so jealous that they're on tank tops and we're
Yeah, I
here like wearing a
know.
sweater.
yeah,
Yes,
like
I
it's
Come
know.
just like
visit.
Yes.
yeah, the way you're just saying it, like freeing, being
Yeah.
present with your family. I think that's most young parents are like looking for, and like you're describing like there's another option because us like as I said, most of here three of us here are in the healthcare industry, and you've seen how toxic the environment can be, but and
Especially
like
now.
doing shift work and everything, but it's just like having just simple dinner, having our own time.
Mm,
Like you guys achieve it, we will achieve it to being here, and like there's an option for other parents there, not just working 2 3 jobs or
yeah.
other jobs. This is like this is a must see. Like start with the webinar, and then yeah, you guys
Yes.
given us a lot of insight about this online business.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Good.
yeah, thank you so much, and we
Thank you. Thank you
appreciate
so
Okay.
you
much.
coming your time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sharing us with us. So
Yeah, and before we end this, coaches Roger and Renee, what would you say to those who are still fence sitters? And just add more if you have so many more to add before we end this. Yeah, for all those.
One
Yeah,
thing to keep it kind of short and sweet is, and I've heard this time and time again. I mean, you could, in our jobs previously, we could have um, just stayed there and not changed anything and hoping that something would change.
Mm,
And maybe, okay, I'm going to go to my boss, I'm going to go sit down, and I'm going to ask him for a raise because I've been working really hard, right?
mm,
And hope that would be the change within the change that you want to make. But if you don't do something absolutely
yeah.
different,
Uh-huh.
you can't really see that, a real change. Right?
Yeah.
and don't be scared. I guess that's my main thing, because I got scared when I was toying with the idea of exploring this business, but ultimately I said, kind of along the same lines as what you're talking about. It's like, if I don't take a chance right now, they're offering this. This is the opportunity. If I don't take a chance, then I'm gonna be the only one who's at fault if I don't, if I don't pursue it, because this business, by the way, it's risk free. It's to explore the ins and outs,
Mhm.
risk free.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing for you to lose. And with that, be wise, be smart, and go and get the information for yourself. If you've probably heard this from someone already, they
All
go,
of it.
"Oh, that business is this and this. That business is this and this."
Yeah.
That's still them, right? You still don't know. You're
Yeah.
just listening to them. But if you yourself go in with a bunch of questions, we encourage you to do this, a whole bunch of questions, and then check it out one by one for yourself and see, then you decide if it's for you or not, because this is way too valuable for you to just believe someone else's report about it. You have to go in and say, is this for me?
Yeah.
Is this for my family? How
Mhm.
can this actually change our lives, or can it change our lives? Is this true? Why is it true? How are people just retiring at the age of 30 and be okay? How is that happening? So you go and get that information yourself. And I say this all the time, the day you plant the seed is not the day they eat the fruit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want next year, 2023, to be different, then you have to start now. This is not a get rich quick thing. Like we said, it's been over 3 years, and this is when we're actually starting to see, our lives completely changing directions, right? So, but if we didn't start over 3 years ago, we wouldn't be here. And don't say, oh my gosh, I have to wait 3 years. Yes, because how long have you been in your job?
Working.
Still in the exact
And
same
no
place.
changes. It's the same rat every day.
How long did they go to college for?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
So
you can't
honestly,
compare. You can't even compare.
this is what they're doing. These ladies are doing is, this is a public service announcement, because they're like, listen to them, follow their pages and see why people like us are moving online, right? And we're not special. We just
Yeah.
follow the training, and then we share the opportunity. If you like it, go ahead. If you don't, then all good. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's about
It's
it.
all laid out for everyone.
Yeah.
You just have to follow the process and
Right.
Yeah.
and perseverance. So
And all of us started from the webinar.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, ladies. Again, thank you so much, coaches Roger and Renee. You've
We
given
appreciate
us
that.
so much information, and I'm sure our viewers, whoever's watching now, are so inspired by your story and your journey, and hope we can encourage more people to join in and hopefully, like, make a decision and change their life for better. And we by doing that, we encourage everyone, we're inviting you to watch our free 90 minutes webinar during Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 p.m. MST and 9 p.m. EST. Again, don't forget, it's your life. You have to act on it. Take control of your life. With guidance, you'll be in the right track. All right. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Thank you again, coach and my co-workers. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Roger
Bye.
and
Thank
Renee.
you
Yeah.
again.
Kisses
Thank
to the
you.
Yeah.
kiddos.
Enjoy the
Thank
warm
you.
weather.
Yeah.
Bye,
Thank you.
bye.
Thank you, viewers. Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank you,
you. Thank
viewers.
you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot. Yeah. Good night.